More on this, we're joined by former Secretary of Defense Mark Esper. I just want to ask it just straight out. What is China exactly trying to communicate to the world?
Well, first of all, it's not a serious peace proposal. It's not even a proposal. But what they're trying to do, I think, are three things. First of all, is they want to play the international diplomat. They want to burnish their credentials on the international stage after years of touting wolf warrior diplomacy. That's number one. Number two is I think Xi Jinping in China really fears that Putin will fail because Putin is failing and he cannot afford to lose that strategic partner. And then third, I think China does rely on Russia for technology, for energy supplies, for a number of other things. So I think for all these reasons, they are trying to push forward some of these ideas in this proposal about a ceasefire. They're blending the West and NATO, if you will, in the proposal for this illegal war. So we shouldn't take it seriously, frankly.
But President Biden has said we will stand, the U.S., that is, will stand with Ukraine for as long as it takes. The fact that China is even speaking up would signal that perhaps they and Russia are in talks. We've long speculated that the two countries are in talks to be allies with one another in this fight in some capacity. But Putin's not going to give up anytime soon. So do you see an end to this war, or could it go on for years, if not longer?
Well, first of all, with regard to China, you're right. I mean, a year ago, they stated that they have a partnership without limits. It was reaffirmed again this week when China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi met with Vladimir Putin in Moscow. And we're now concerned that the Chinese may provide lethal aid. And I think that would be a major turning point in this conflict. It would be a major turning point in relations between China and the West. So we will see what happens. I hope it doesn't. But look, how does this war end? Right now it looks like a stalemate. They're fighting World War I style warfare. What Ukraine desperately needs are the mechanized forces, the tanks, and indeed fighter jets to prosecute a World War II type maneuver-based counteroffensive that will break the lines and really allow Ukraine to push Russia out of its sovereign territory.
And when you said World War I style, I mean, obviously at the beginning of this thing, people thought perhaps this was the signal of World War III. Do you believe that it could turn into that down the road?
I don't think so. We always need to be on guard about any type of escalation, particularly in the nuclear realm. But yeah, right now it looks more like World War I with trench warfare, infantry assaults preceded by heavy artillery barrages. And really what you need is this heavy armor forces, things that the United States does really well, to break the lines, to break the stalemate, and really get the Russians on the run out of the country.
Former Secretary of Defense Mark Esper, great to have you here. Have a wonderful weekend, all right?
Thanks. Good to be with you. You too.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.